Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. First of all, apologies for the delays. I had a previous cast, as I discussed with James earlier. However, I ended up getting delayed by quite a bit here, as that game ended up going to triple overtime. Now, I already had that one set here. I was asked to do this only yesterday, so unfortunately there was no way that I could have gone around that match. And when it went to triple or even quadruple overtime in the end, there was not much that I could do to it. Anyways, my name is Ricky DC, freelance Counter-Strike sim racing broadcaster from the Netherlands. So welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing great here. So notice we have a couple of viewers at least here. And apologies. From next on, the SCA season's ended, so that won't happen again here. As we are now doing our thing. And we are at least into the stream here. We are doing the semi-pro split. And well, we are watching semi-pro A and B fight it out here. The gray one being semi-pro A, the faster ones, and then the B are the red ones. And we are at Circuit of the Americas, a track we don't really get to see very often, so it's great to see it here. Obviously, we are watching the GT3 Masters here. This time the semi-pro split here, as we're also streaming the other splits at the same time as well. So make sure to check all of them out here. We've got a nice battle going on here for 6th position here, as there was potential for a move, and there it's 2 cars going around here. That is Chris Hars as well as Ben Scholly. Fortunately, a little bit of contact there, and even second contact afterwards. Well, that's not what I was hoping for at all here. Now, this race obviously has been going on for a little while, but we have missed the start, as I had mentioned before why that is, but I'm afraid that I can't really make that up here. But yeah, we are watching a 60-minute race here with mandatory pit stop as well, and I believe that's set time if I'm not mistaken. We've got the BOP from LFM to join us in as well. And well, this is I believe race number 7. If no, it's wait, is it race number 7? No, it's number 6 here out of 8 total here. After this, we are headed for another American round, as Ben Scholly's been so messy, and now on the rejoin actually ends up hitting the others as well. Well, Ben, better calm it down a little, my friend. That's not what you were aiming for at all here. I don't know why that's been happening, but not what you want to see at all. And after this, it's an American round again. Gunaseka. Before we've got... no, sorry, after that we've got a event at the Nürburgring as well, the Nordschleife. One of my favorites here. But here's the order as it stands right now. It's Duarte in the lead, followed by Germani, Langley, Lemos, Drobat, Gibbons, Messina, Chris Schneider, Tuomainen, and Chris Hars in P10 here. Got 29 drivers attending here out of 30, I believe. So doing quite well. Keep things up here. But it has been a little messy, safe to say the least here, as Eric Latil and co all win a couple places here, as there's been a spin towards the end here. Thomas Shikari losing to as we speak as well here. One player going very wide there. It's one of the Ferraris at least. That might be Carvalho, not mistaken. Safe to say it hasn't been easy, and this is then him moving up as well a little bit. Nicely done. Gets himself into P24 as it stands right there. As it looks like we're having some disconnections here as well, which is not too great. Yeah, things are messy out here. The stream is not really optimal, but oh well, we're trying our best anyways here. Germani in second for now. Chasing down Duarte. I'm just gonna close and try and reopen that, hoping that it fixes something, but oh well, it doesn't ever work like that. Yeah, sorry lads, it's so messy. I unfortunately can't help it at the moment. Yeah, this program has been letting me down recently. If anybody knows why that was in the first place, please let me know. It's so weird that it does that. Now I can't even connect to the entire race, which is a shame. Yeah, this is not great at all here. Just the client is timed out, but that's not the case at all here. At the moment, I can't even change which driver I want to spectate, which is beyond annoying. There's no way for me to swap over then. Tried connecting. It's not doing what it's supposed to, and Lord knows why. Okay, I'm gonna try one more again, see if that fixes it. I really hope it does here, otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble. Nope, it doesn't connect at all. Which is weird because it did in the beginning. Oh, I've basically got nothing here. I'm not able to change anything anymore. I can only spectate Alessandro Germani, as that was the player that I stuck with in the beginning. There was another way to fix it. I'm gonna quickly reconnect, hope that fixes the issue. Oh man, what's happening this stream? It's an absolute nightmare. First of all, I'm late, which is kind of my bad, I suppose. And just this on top of it as well. Not great. Can't really help it, I'm afraid. Nice, lads. I hope you guys are all doing great. In the meanwhile, I'm trying to fix my issues here. Once again, it's not giving me the connection options. And there we go. We are finally in again. That's something. I can at least swap cameras again, as Alessandro Germani has lost a couple positions. In the meanwhile, not great. Yeah, this is the order as it stands then. It's Duarte out there. As once again we've lost connection. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that we have. So, well, I'm just gonna do it this way, the old-fashioned way. How I was supposed to, but I'm afraid I can't help it. So, yeah. Duarte to overtake Germani here for the race lead. So once again, he's finding himself in the lead. Took a little longer. But now he's finally brought it back, which is nice. We've seen another disconnect in the meanwhile as well. Don't know what that was exactly. There was just so much to pay attention to. Our board with Daniel Als, the Dane, representing Max Racing, and is in the Ferrari 296 here. P15 it is for him, stable in the middle. Looking, however, to try and catch up here as the gaps towards the front end are still pretty massive here. Chris Haas comes in, serves his pit stop. Obviously, there is a mandatory pit stop for this race as well. So my wife killed itself at quali, was on 1,000 ping. That's a shame, my friend. That happens. Sometimes there's not much you can do about it. I mean, I had troubles getting into the server. I was late due to external delays that I had, and now I've missed the start of the race in the first 10 minutes, and then I had other issues. As well with race control, which has luckily fixed itself. So at least I'm able to swap PUVs now, which is nice. But yeah, sorry that happened. There will be another chance later on again, but it is a shame to not see you finish that way here. Horacio Messina goes quite wide. That's the other drivers by, it appears. So maybe just trying to get for an alternative line in the beginning here. Circuit of the Americas is obviously a track we don't get to see often as well as Assetto Corsa Competizione, and I don't really know why. Not really a track that is popular. Based in Austin, Texas. Obviously. And to me, apart from Watkins Glen and the Sebring, and well, perhaps even Long Beach, one of the greatest that North America's got to offer. And when it comes to circuits, obviously there's no debate that Europe has the best ones. So Mineneer loses out. It's Chris Schneider to go by. has made his way past here. The gaps towards the front of the field are just marginal here, as once again Daniel Duarte loses the front position here. Now you can just see how steep that hill really is. You don't notice this, but oh man, is it steep. Wanting to go side by side here. And I'm afraid they're going to have to lift off here, as the defensive line is going to prevail, I'm afraid here. It's Germani once again in the lead there, as Daniel Duarte just has to follow along. It's the only thing that he could have done here. Into the SS they go. Duarte still chasing. Both looking mighty rapid out there. Keep in mind as well that the drivers behind aren't off by too much here. It's been a close race so far from what I can tell, and I'm not very much ashamed that I actually ended up missing more. Harry Gibbons in 6th, has a chaser behind, has a car. He's pushing up in front as well here. Lamborghini is getting closer and closer, it feels like. You can see as well, the silver class here is just so quick out there. Even then, I mean, Tuomainen is honestly holding on here. Keep in mind that the drivers at the back have served a mandatory pit stop here, as Fabio Galamini loses out, as it's Chris Haas to make his way by here. Obviously, Chris Haas has also served that pit stop, so that is a overtake for position here, as Ricardo Florindo has spun himself around, I'm afraid. So, well, that's something you don't want to see here. Gap between these three is roughly remaining the same. It's Orazio Messina pushing up the McLaren here, wanting to go for a move down the inside, but this has to stay behind for now. We had an opportunity to send it down the inside. It would have been a risky move, but yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. Tuomainen still chasing Chris Schneider. He's currently the fastest in the AM class here. It's supposed to be the slower class, of course. It's a class B. But he's holding on here. And honestly, his lap times aren't even too far off here. I mean, they're doing 2:09s, which is exactly what Chris Schneider is doing at the moment. Actually, it's a 2:08.5 now. The best time they've got was a 2:07.197, which is close to what the others are doing at the front as well. But the field is very competitive if you look at it lap time wise. So I think it's mainly coming from the consistency here, as Daniel Duarte is losing ground here. Germani is creating a small little gap for himself here at the circuit of the Americas. It's a good sign for him. He wants to win that race here. That's tough here now. Ever since we started spectating his warm position here, as Junior and Gemello both come into the pits here, allowing Diogo Carvalho to go by. But obviously, that will change back if he's not able to clear that ground, because obviously he still has to come in as well here. As you can see by the orange strip with a 1 in it, all those drivers that have that to their name need to pit at least once more to also fit their pit requirement here, where there are set rules for it. This time, this scenario, you just have to fill up some petrol here. That's the only requirement, and how much is up to you, basically. You need to go in, that's for sure. Most drivers tend to go for what we call a splash and dash, which essentially means that they're going to fill up with the minimum amount requirement, because obviously, even though you are quicker with lower fuel runs and then refueling in, but obviously refueling takes a lot of time as well, which will then completely counter that effect and make it even worse. So at the moment, that seems to be the plan for most of the drivers here. It's a 60-minute race, so most of the drivers will stay away from swapping tires. Now, obviously, this is completely up to the driver. However, generally speaking, that will happen. Tuomainen still so close behind the Porsche Cup. I say Porsche Cup, but obviously mean the Porsche GT3. Porsche Cup is something else. A little bit different. Schneider then. Move gets touched in by the Aston Martin. Not what you want to see at all. push him down there. 2 minus come into the pit, so he's going away from the battle. And Radical Dorbat is also coming in now. So more and more drivers serving their pit stop. When we are roughly at that halfway mark to the race. And that makes a lot of sense, right? Kind of have to stay on it. We're aboard with Dmitro Yaroshenko. Now Latil's found his way in. Thanks to the crashes in the pit stops. He's now in 6th place. And the highest ranked AM driver currently to have in the grid. So that's pretty impressive here by the Aston. As it's a little group of remaking our way through. It's still the same McLaren of Gibbons now. It's just been sticking with us since the beginning. Since we started watching that battle here. As now Florindo's into the pits as well. But he has joined a little bit later. So he's still in there. Now he's also serving this pit stop here. A nice job. Keep things in there. And I just noticed we've got Mark Stewart here. Which is quite funny. Because I also caused him in another league. Which you guys might know of. It is the Formula Racing League RF2 that we did. It was Clio versus MX5 Cup last time round. As Chris Nares got himself a drive-through for cutting the track just a little bit too often now. Eric Latil not happy about the places that he's lost. Wants to get back in, flashed his lights. Showing his dissatisfaction here as he's actually had to hold in a little bit there as the Ferrari was slow on the exit. Duarte's come in. He's taking a risk. And when Langley pushes up to 2nd here. Which means that now Duarte and Messina both in the pits. They might end up in traffic here. So this is a big risk they're going to be taking. I'm sure you'll see the drivers come in sooner or later as Chris Schneider's going to either service drive-through or service mandatory pit stop here. It's up to him. And it looks like he's decided to first do his pit stop. But he's going to have to come in for the drive-through anyways. He's going to have to serve before the end of the race here. So now what are the plans here? The 17th to 28th have all pitted now. And we're soon to be joined by another couple drivers that are serving the mandatory pit stop here. Hey, Michael Firth, how are we going? Hope you're doing great. Apologies for being late. It's a shame I couldn't be there in the beginning, but well, it happens sometimes. Everybody gets delayed from time to time, I suppose. Although it's not really something I try to do often, of course. Obviously, this is also, everybody's going to get a little bit more ahead here. Here's Haas. Close by. And you're also on the other side here. But when do you make the move and how do you make the move here? He's chosen the Audi, which I can already admire. That's pretty impressive. And with the race being halfway done at this point, time's not necessarily ticking yet. But obviously you'd like to, kind of get a little bit closer towards the end. So first, this is your obstacle. Here's Mark Stewart just making his way out of the pits now, having served this pit stop as well. As the announcer just announced exactly what I've said as well here. Nice to see the cohesion between us here. As Alessandro Germani. Just the first position for now, and so Drobat, he has served his pit stop already, his mandatory pit stop. He's now looking to kind of push on towards the rest. However, in that BWT Mercedes doesn't quite seem to have the pace for now. He's falling off here as there's so many drivers into the pits at the same time here. Eric Latil is Messino is, Wolf is, Shikari is. All come in at the same time. Hoping to not lose each other, which means that some drivers might get into the way now or gain back their positions, which they had lost before. So it is important to time it right. Finding that moment. Hi FRL Live. Hi, how's it going, Vitesse? I hope you're doing great. Apologies for being late to the stream. I had another game go to 4 overtimes in Counter-Strike. And, well, I couldn't cancel that one as I already agreed on that one a little bit later on. Earlier on, I mean. So, yeah. That's a shame. But it is what it is, I suppose. Sometimes things happen here. Gemello's gotten himself a drive-through penalty for cutting the track a little bit too often. He's going to serve that sooner or later. Here's Allard Wolf. Not to be confused with Allard Kalf, the former racing driver. No, this is unrelated here, but he's representing Gazelle Motorsport. Hoping to get up there a little bit more. At the moment, not really feeling it just yet too. It's Hanno Tilmainen we're aboard with. Messina will be feeling the pressure here as the Lamborghini is trying his best to drive away here, but the gap's only 0.3 of a second here, so he's right up there. And the Finn is pushing it to the max here as well. So far leaving the Lamborghini behind, but time will tell if he'll be able to keep that up. Tilmainen just waiting for the right moment. Knowing that they've both come in there, knowing that this is just the order as it is. And that's actually a good sign because the drivers ahead are still all desperate needs of a pit stop here, which is actually exactly what's happening here. It's Barry Gibbons in. Together with Don C. Chris Schneider's in there as well now. Getting his drive-through underway. Actually, no, he served his drive-through first and then went for the pit stop. So it actually was the other way around here. As multiple drivers on the straight are just making their way through now. Tilmainen already gains 2. Now even 3. He's made his way past the pitting drivers. All end up going behind him again. So that pushes him into P7 for the time being with just 25-ish remaining minutes. That's a very nice prospect here. Now obviously he's going to be trying to push up a little bit more here as the drivers are now all coming back out of the pits now, but they're losing positions left, right and center. Actually mainly on the right, that's where the main track is of course, but yeah, it's tight and they know it too. Ricardo Florindo looking to catch up, but Mark Stewart trying to hold on desperately. He's fighting for his life in the Clio versus MX-5 Cup a little bit earlier on. Just want to close that browser tab real quick. It seems to eat up a little bit of my RAM here, which is why the stream was lagging a little bit on my end. Hope it wasn't too bad here as Germani, Anglin and Yaroshenko are all into the pits now, which is great. Looking to do their best. Hoping to get up there. At the moment it's not happening. Yeah, it appears my RAM's way better now. I can feel that the things are feeling a little bit fresher already. Apologies once again for the lack of preparation. I couldn't do it unfortunately. It's gotten a little messy. It's gotten a little bit out of control. Normally those games don't really tend to go to triple or fourth overtime, but unfortunately this time they did. So that's quite a shame. Bruno Lemos out there in the Ferrari 296. Representing Scuderia Javostas is currently P9 with the pole right. Ahead of him here, Yaroshenko and Cota are also coming in, allowing Daniel Duarte to push up to P3 now as Germani is still ahead by quite a big margin now. Everybody served their pit stop now as Kuoto is about to get out there again, but he's losing so many positions now. He went from P5 to P11 already. And that just shows how impactful it can be. Now, it has been confirmed that the entirety of the race is going to be dry as expected here, but the track obviously is really warm. And so is the environment, right? That's what you get when you're in Texas. And obviously we base the race off IRL weather, which we get from AccuWeather. And obviously that's going to play a little bit of a factor here as the tires will get a little bit warmer that way. Big group coming out now. It's all 5 here in an on-track battle for position. It's being led by Yaroshenko. They've got Drobat, Lemos, Gibbons, and Latil in the mix as well here. So a race that could very well still go all the ways. Because we are seeing that all the drivers are just making it through. Hoping to recover, hoping to do well. Who's going to dare to make the first move here? We want to ensure that it doesn't end up in contact like it did last time round. But at the moment it doesn't appear to be as Langley. Does end up losing the position to Duarte in the background as well. So he's back up to second position now. Has gained over second again, but Germani's long gone. He's focusing on his own thing right now. Has handled it quite nicely. And Langley, well, I don't know how satisfied he'll be with third place. It seems like a good position to me, but maybe he's expecting more for himself here. But time will tell to see if he can strike back. At the moment, he's losing a tiny bit of ground here, but it's not too big towards the S's here. Was just lining it up to go on the throttle a little bit earlier, and I think they'll both be fine. We're going to keep our eyes out, see what actually ends up happening here as Latil's made his way past Gibbons now. Barry Gibbons, fortunately, not able to hold on to the position. That's just how it is sometimes. Allard Wolf again. Still fighting with the same group here. It's being led by Andrea Massasia, who is actually trying to get away as far as he possibly can. The Ferrari 296, where the livery unfortunately doesn't load. That's the archery. I did actually resync the liveries here, so I'm actually not sure as to why that is the case, but it is what it is, I suppose. Yoga Carvalho. Scuderia Ferrari livery here, so it's a clean base livery here as Caio Jr. once again is back to party. We obviously saw him do really well in the Nordschleife, where he had his ups, but also his downs. With the Nordschleife being such a tricky track, of course, that was bound to happen, right? Yeah, he's trying to do his best here. P18 it is at the moment here, but the Brazilian has been with FRL for quite a while now. As it appears that Daniel Wals is still defending for his life here. It's the Dane versus the Dutchman. There it is, small mistake by the 296. And Caio Jr. wants to get by, but actually ends up touching him a little bit. And now things are awkward. Goes for a second bump in as well. It is Fabio Galamini spinning around, I'm afraid. Oh man, that hurts. Ricardo Florindo looking to get closer as well, but at the moment it's not doing it. It's Samuel Langley trying to attack to get that second position back, but so far Duarte has been holding on strong. The Portuguese not out of the danger zone yet. There's still quite a bit of time remaining. looking to do it a little bit later on perhaps here. So he's just taking his distance now. Because he's slower, just because he's lining up the attack. Because when it actually matters, he is right up there again. But when do you do it? When do you finally make your move? Daniel Walls in P16. Looking to get closer by. At the moment doesn't appear to be happening though. Carter for window. P23 it is for now. Getting closer and closer to the McLaren ahead of him, it appears to be. You see with the LFM BOP, both cars are very competitive out there. Who's going to come out on top here? Time will tell, I suppose. At the moment, it appears that Florindo just has about the edge. Maybe that will change later. Daniel Walls has lost the position to Allard Wolf, who is just driving away at a massive pace here. Bruno Lemos finds himself at the back of the Mercedes of Drobet again. Whether he'll be able to defend that position, I'm not entirely sure, because it looks like Bruno is currently very quick out there. Can they do it? I'm not entirely sure. Time will tell. He's lining it up on the straight, where he's obviously gaining a lot just in that slipstream alone. Langley, whoa, I don't know what's happening there. That was weird. And now he's gone for me completely. No, he's back. What happened there exactly? I'm not entirely sure. That was weird. Look at Donsi, P13. It appears that the positions between the drivers are getting a little bit more loose, as Langley's got himself a 20-second stop and go penalty. What for? I'm not entirely sure, but that's going to play quite a big of difference. As it's now under to a minor to actually push him into P4. So what has happened then? Has he disconnected? We've lost one driver. Yeah, that might very well be the case then, that we've lost him. It looked like it was some kind of technical issue where... whether that was actually the case, I can't tell, of course. But that was quite unfortunate here, as Bruno Lemos goes really wide. Allowing for the pole to once again go by here. It was an attempt made, but unfortunately the attempt failed. And it's actually pushed him further away than he was hoping for initially. Not what they were trying to do at all, but yeah. So be it, I suppose. Yeah, look at Donsi just lining it up. He's gone for the orange aggressive Aston Martin, but I must say it really fits the colors quite well. Wasn't expecting that here, but he is currently the last member in a small group of 3 here. It's Cota and then it's Chris Haas. Not able to do it as of yet here, as Lemos is getting really close to Drobot again. He wants to get by, he's pushing it to the absolute limit. Sulfur just hasn't found the right time to strike. Tried it once, that failed. Looking to line it up for a second again. Gap is absolutely minimal here as he takes some distance. Avoiding that they crash, of course, but yeah. Kind of giving it up for now at least, as Donsi finds himself on a drive-through penalty as he was pushing to make his way by. He's picked up a drive-through for excessive corner cutting. Not what you want to see at all. Does mean he's kind of ceasing the attack a little bit here. Knows that there's no point in pushing anymore. You just gotta make sure that you serve it and have a clean air. Maybe find a way to get back in here, as it appears that Smelos made his way past Ricardo Florindo, who actually did fight for the position a little bit earlier, but it seems like the Lamborghini currently is definitely out of the 296. Donzi is going to be kicking himself. He does make his way past Chris Harris, but what good would it actually do? I'm not even sure if it will do anything. Florindo not giving up as we speak. Lamborghini was looking a little bit, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to do it now. Now it goes a little bit wider. That's not too bad. There he goes again, just looking. Not able to do it though. This is scary as well. Driver right next to him. Keeping things clean for now. Want to be able to do it here. As Florindo now does make his way by, but immediately spins and takes out his opponents as well. Oh no. That could have been avoided, it looks like here, as Chris Harris makes his way past Gianluca Donzi again. Chris Harris will take it, but Donzi's not giving up just yet here. They touch slightly. The drive-through is a little bit tough. Sometimes it happens though. That's racing, as Gibbons also finds himself on another drive-through penalty here so late into the race. That is really hurting your chances at getting a good score. It hurts extra much when you've been fighting for it so long, and in the end that's what comes of it. Diogo Carvalho makes way past Daniel Als. a clean move to make it through here. It's obviously the 296 versus the other 296. Now looking to take some distance as well. Diogo's looking real quick out there. The media seems to have created a gap here. And obviously they are in different splits here. So maybe Danny also is saying, okay, you know what? It's fine. I'll leave him by for now. As long as he's not in my way. Maybe he's just made a mistake. That could also be it here. The current order in this group, then it's still Cota leading. Then it's Gianluca Donzi. Followed by the Audi R8 of Chris Hars as well. But Chris Hars knows that Donzi's got to drive through. So he's not worried too much here. He's actually taking his distance. Look at Donzi then. Looking for a potential move down the inside. It's not going to happen though. Donzi, there he goes. Makes his way past both of them now. Cota has fallen off. Actually, now it is the Audi also having a look there. Giuseppe Cota making a small mistake and it might just cost them. Who's gonna come out on top of the battle then? Chris Hars is looking. The gap is 0.4 of a second. Gap's not really changing that much anymore. Tuomainen still in 4th. Arashenko still following in behind. He wants to get closer if possible. If you can do so, it would be absolutely brilliant. Dmitry Yaroshenko then, still close by. Not able to make the move as of yet. Still trying to hold on. Chris Hars. Knows the squad has made a mistake here before. No way they can push him to the absolute limit there. The Gazelle Motorsport driver is looking to go by. It's not happening as of yet here. Just taking it easy for now. Until then, close by, wants to go for the dive here. Lemos doesn't let it happen immediately. They have to fight for it in the end. Eric Lactil is just gonna have to hit the brakes. Just to ensure nobody hits each other then. A little bit tough. There goes the Ferrari. Just cutting across there. Too close to each other, but obviously the Ferrari's got a warning now for cutting the track and, well, a significant margin too, where Alert Wolf is feeling the pressure from Carvalho, who is doing a massive job of recovering. Getting as close as possible would be nice, but Carvalho has not given up just yet here. Although, with also getting a drive penalty, so I wanted to just point out here as well, it's going to be Caio Jr. making his way past. Oh no. Worst case scenario, as Eric Latiles made his way past Lemos just now. Chris Haars is still applying as much pressure as possible onto Squado here, who currently hasn't really given up on that position. And now it's Chris Haars braking hard to ensure that nobody hits him. Andrea, Assetto we're watching. Time's running it out now with just 2.5 minutes remaining of the race. Hasn't really been much change for position after that. Everybody's kind of settled in for now. Maybe people have decided the risk isn't worth taking anymore. I'm not entirely sure. Anyone else with the drive-through is going to be kicking himself though. He's going to have to serve there or will get added on to his total race time. Lemos now closing that gap again. Latil will be feeling this. Aston Martin's able to hold on for just a moment now. However, we'll get close. Chris Haars now going wheel to wheel, going side by side. If there's a place to do it, it would be now. The Audi's got so much more speed here on the straight that he should be able to outbrake the Italian nicely.
All right, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a
That
final
is
push.
just the right moment to do it as well. The Audi R8 does make his way by in the final lap of the race. Cota's frustrated. Obviously knows this as well. Germani's just on track to win the race here. There's nobody really to stop him either. Most of the drivers entering their final laps as we speak. Everybody's doing their best to try and make up some more positions, but you don't want to be taking any risks now. That's also the downside of things. Things are a little bit messy out there, of course. Andrea Macienza wants to send it, but through that section of the track seems a little bit optimistic to say the least, so ends up not committing to it. Squado stays in P10 that way. The gaps are still very limited here. Latil still leading. Drobat not out of the danger zone either. If he makes a big mistake now, we'll be losing 4 positions at a minimum. So they have to keep their cool here. It's just a matter of time for this to end here, as we're all so closely together now. Let's hop over to the winner of the race, and in a convincing fashion as well. An 8-second gap over an hour race. Alessandro Germani gets out there, crosses the line, and will take first position, and nicely done here. Daniel Duarte is second, coming in just now as we speak. A very great result for him as well. Ratio Messina makes his way through to gain third position. Nicely done by Ratio Messina, as it's waiting for the Ukrainian Dmitry Yaroshenko to come in as well. Tuomainen will win the AM split here in a convincing match. Very nicely done by him, just a 5th position. Being in the lower split, suppressed Fernandez, Drobat, Latil, Lemos. Now it's waiting for Chris Haars, who's all the way back here. And I say all the way back here, but he's still so close by. compared to the rest here. P9 it will be for him unless he makes a mistake in the last couple corners. Gets ready for the last. Can he do it? There he goes. Goes on that throttle. And that will be knife secured then. Cota right behind him. Finishes P10. 11 is Macienzo. As Joker Carvalho is making his way in as well. To finish P12 in the end there. Allard Wolf's behind him. Followed by Cow Jr. was just about not able to do it. Finished on 0.3 of a second difference. As Gianluca Donzi is also getting ready. You can see a couple drivers are still going. Like Fabio Galamini. But it is P12. Then in the end, there are multiple drivers disconnecting already. And Galamini will finish up right behind him as well. Krishna is still chasing him down. But don't think he's going to be able to do it. There they go. Across the line. The order doesn't change, it appears. Daniel Alls to finish P14. And in the end, nicely done. But half pins are disconnected. So he's a little bit further back then. Thomas Shikari finishes the race as now it's just waiting for Mark Stewart to cross the line. He is the last one to finish off the race. He makes a small mistake towards the end. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I am terribly sorry for joining in a little bit later. Unfortunately, the last cast was a little bit delayed. But so be it, I suppose. I want to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I for sure have. My name is Ricky DC from RDC Broadcasting. Check out rdcbroadcasting.com. And check out my Twitter as well at RDC Broadcasting. Thank you to FRL for allowing for this opportunity. I will see you guys later, which will be next week. I'll be on time, I promise that. And I'll be doing this for 2 more weeks as well. So I'll see you then next Thursday, same time as always. This time, however, I will start the stream on time. Bye-bye. Injection.